It's the shocking scandal no one saw coming, but now everyone's talking about it. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris, two of the most controversial figures in love and hip-hop history, have been blacklisted from reality TV. Yes, after years of drama, betrayals, and unforgettable moments that made headlines, their time in the spotlight has come to a surprising and unexpected end. But what happened? What really went down behind the scenes to lead producers to this bold move? Sources reveal it all began with a heated backstage confrontation, so intense and chaotic that security couldn't even manage it. The cameras were rolling, tempers were rising, and soon enough, fists were flying. Now, after years of being reality TV royalty, Kirk and Mendeecees Harris are reportedly finished for good. No more cameras, no more confessionals, just a stark, harsh reality they never saw coming. But wait, there's more to this than meets the eye. Was this just about one fight, or is there a deeper story brewing? Behind the scenes, betrayals, secret alliances, and shocking revelations hint at something much bigger. This scandal is more complex than anyone could have imagined. Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into the full story. No one saw this coming, not in this way. The tension between Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris had been building up for weeks, but no one anticipated it would explode into such chaos. What started as harmless shade escalated into a career-ending fight, one that rocked the love and hip-hop franchise to its core. The drama went down at a private after-show taping, where cast members were supposed to air their grievances before the official reunion episode. No cameras, no pressure, just a chance to clear the air. At least that was the plan. But when you gather big egos, old grudges, and reality TV stars hungry for drama in the same room, it's only a matter of time before something explodes. And that night, it certainly did. Kirk and Mendeecees had never been close, but there was mutual respect until recently. Rumors began to spread that Mindy had been bad-mouthing Kirk behind his back, calling him a washed-up has-been who only stayed relevant thanks to Rashid's efforts. At first, Kirk ignored it. After all, drama. And loose lips were the lifeblood of love and hip-hop. But this time, it was different. But when several people came forward with claims that Mendeecees Harris had taken things even further, Kirk couldn't ignore it anymore. What began as whispers quickly turned into full-fledged accusations. Mindy was reportedly telling producers that Kirk was desperate to create fake drama just to stay relevant on the show. She allegedly called him a liability, claiming he brought nothing new to the franchise except recycled scandals and tireless drama. For Kirk, that hit hard. How dare she say he was the one holding the show back? Before the fight, Kirk reportedly vented to other cast members, saying, "This man just got out of prison and now he thinks he's in charge?" It wasn't just about his ego. It was about respect. Kirk wasn't about to let someone like Mindy disrespect his legacy. Sources close to the situation say Kirk pulled Mindy aside before the reunion taping, wanting to settle things man to man. But Mindy wasn't backing down. "If you're worried about what I'm saying, maybe you should fix what's broken," she allegedly told him, her tone oozing arrogance. That was the breaking point. Kirk's face twisted with anger, his jaw clenched, and that was all it took. What began as a heated discussion quickly escalated into a full-blown shouting match, leaving cast members and producers stunned. "You're a guest on this show. I built this before you ever showed up," Kirk yelled, pointing his finger at Mindy. She just laughed, a slow, mocking laugh that pushed Kirk past his breaking point. Before security could intervene, Kirk shoved Mindy hard, sending him stumbling back into a chair. That moment marked the point of no return. Mindy lunged forward, grabbing Kirk by his shirt, and within seconds, fists were flying. Chairs crashed, glasses shattered, and cast members screamed in panic. Security rushed in to break them up, but both men were furious and out of control. Yandy Smith, Mindy's wife, screamed at him to stop, while Rashida frantically tried to pull Kirk away. But it was too late. The damage had already been done. The worst part? It was all caught on camera. Someone in the room had pulled out their phone the second things started to heat up. As soon as Kirk and Mindy started throwing punches, the footage spread like wildfire. Within minutes, Clips appeared on social media, and fans were left in shock. The comments came pouring in. The Love and Hip Hop production team went into full panic mode. "This isn't your typical reality TV drama," one producer reportedly said. "This is career-ending." The fight was so intense and violent that the producers had no choice but to stop filming immediately. Kirk was taken into one room, still furious and seething, while Mindy was placed in another, her face twisted in anger. Behind the scenes, the executives were already making a decision that no one saw coming. While altercations were nothing new, in reality TV, what had just happened crossed the line. It was too dangerous, too extreme, and too destructive. By the end of the night, an emergency meeting had been called, and the decision was made. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris were about to face the harshest punishment of their careers, and this time, there would be no coming back. The fallout from the fight was swift and severe. Within hours, the Love and Hip Hop production team found themselves in full crisis mode. But the issue wasn't just about broken chairs and shattered glass. Network executives were furious. Fights had occurred before, sure, and reality TV thrived on drama. But this was something else entirely. This wasn't a minor scuffle. It was two longtime cast members going at it in a way that could have led to serious injuries. To make matters worse, it had all been leaked. The footage was everywhere, and fans had already dissected every frame, replaying the moment when Kirk shoved Mindy, watching as Mindy lunged at him, hearing the sound of glass breaking, and witnessing the chaos unfold. Social media erupted in a frenzy. "Never thought I'd see the day Kirk and Mindy would go full-on brawl. Love and Hip Hop will never be the same. This fight was insane. Mindy straight up lost it. If Kirk and Mindy get kicked off the show over this, I'm done watching." Fans were divided. Some sided with Kirk, claiming Mindy had no right to disrespect a Love and Hip Hop OG, while others supported Mindy, arguing that Kirk had no business putting his hands on anyone first. But one thing was clear. This was one of the biggest scandals in the show's history. And the executives? They weren't just worried about the public backlash. They were deeply concerned about their image. The fight had escalated beyond what they could salvage into good TV, and there were now legal issues to address. Sponsors were starting to get uneasy. If they allowed Kirk and Mindy to stay, it would send a message they didn't want. That's when the decision was made. By the next morning, both Kirk and Mindy received the call. They were officially fired from Love and Hip Hop. No warnings, no second chances, just gone. Kirk was in disbelief. "This can't be real," he reportedly said to Rashida, pacing their Atlanta home. "They've never done anything like this before. They need me. I've been here from the start." But Rashida knew better. She'd seen this coming. "Kirk, you put your hands on Mindy, and it got out," she told him. They had no choice. Kirk didn't want to hear it. In his mind, he wasn't just any cast member. He was Love and Hip Hop royalty. He'd been on the show for over a decade, built his brand, made major moves, and now they were casting him aside like he was nothing. Mindy had her own issues to face. When he got the call, he was sitting in the living room with Yandy. The moment he heard, "We're letting you go," his body tensed up. "Nah, this isn't happening," he said, shaking his head. "I bring too much to this show. They need me." Yandy wasn't having any of it. "So that's it?" she snapped, grabbing her phone. "They're just going to throw you out. After everything? After all we brought to this show?" She wasn't wrong. Yandy and Mindy had carried multiple seasons. His legal battles, their relationship, their struggles as a family. It had all been prime reality TV material, but none of that mattered now. "I told you not to let him get to you," Yandy muttered, rubbing her temples. "And now look, we're done." The phone calls kept coming. Blogs were picking up the story. Other cast members weighed in, and soon it wasn't just about the fight. New rumors began to spread. Was Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris's time up for good? Reality TV insiders claimed multiple networks were now hesitant to work with them. Some executives felt they were too much of a liability, and with how quickly things had spiraled out of control, no one was willing to take that risk. One producer even told a source, "We can't afford another situation like this." If Kirk and Mindy can't keep it professional, how can we trust them on another show? It triggered a domino effect. Sponsorship deals were put on hold, potential. Spin-offs were canceled, and their entire reality TV careers were on the line. But neither Kirk nor Mindy were going down without a fight. Mindy contacted his legal team, wanting to know if there was any way to challenge the decision, potentially suing for wrongful termination or at least negotiating some sort of payout. Meanwhile, Kirk was thinking bigger. If they think I'm just going to fade away, they've got another thing coming, he reportedly told a friend. I built my name. I don't need love and hip-hop. I'll make my own moves. Just like that, the battle wasn't just between them. It was between them and the entire love and hip-hop empire. But could they truly recover from this? Or was this the permanent end of their reality TV careers? The aftermath of their firing sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry. Both Kirk and Mindy weren't just reality stars. They had become central figures in the love and hip-hop franchise, ingrained in the show's legacy. The series had turned them into household names, and now they were being shown the door. However, neither was prepared to fade into obscurity quietly. They weren't going to let their names be erased from reality TV history. Kirk, always the strategist, immediately sprang into action. Understanding the importance of public perception, he knew that if he was going to salvage his career, he needed to control the narrative. Instead of retreating, Kirk made sure the public heard his side of the story. Just days after being fired, he sat down for an exclusive interview with a major blog, explaining the incident from his point of view. Listen, Kirk began, looking straight into the camera. What happened between me and Mindy was unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I was defending my honor. You don't come at me like that, especially on my own turf. I've been with love and hip-hop since day one, and I've put in the work. For them to just cut me off like that, it's foul. Kirk wasn't just upset about the fight. He felt betrayed by the very show he had helped build, a show that had aired his triumphs, his struggles, his family drama, and his business moves. Now, with one bad moment, it all seemed to be erased. But Kirk wasn't ready to let that be his final chapter. Stay tuned for all the shocking twists. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. This story is unfolding rapidly, and you won't want to miss what comes next.